Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. It's early here. I mean, it's really early. Well, there is a little bit of light coming up. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to talk about patterns and breaking away from, let's just say, what we believe we're supposed to be doing. I don't think that we realize as a species how much everything we do relies on what we've been told is normal or what we should do. Now I'll give you an example. The earth is transitioning, as you know. So many of you have felt this. It's powerful, right? Okay, we've had a lot of physical symptoms. We've noticed things, the planet's changing. By the way, not all of that global warming has to do with our industry. In fact, scientists will show you that things change. What part of our heads thought that if, let's say it was a pristine planet with nothing on it, it would still change, it would still evolve. It's off just slightly and we have a little bit of a wobble, how it's rotating, the sun's changing. Things are always changing, but we act like if anything is different than what we've known or told is the norm, there's something wrong. And we are not good with change. We are not good with evolving. And so this is why so many people are so unhappy in their lives, because they're not willing to evolve, because change is unknown to them. And the world, the human species, reinforces the, let's just say, the matrix. When I say the matrix, it's the systems that have been in place. Well, they don't work anymore. And they've been in place because those in power like that. It works for them. And they know that, that the minions don't believe that they have the same power. So when we blame somebody who we believe is in power, well, then we are disempowering ourselves, saying that they somehow have more power than we do. And it's baloney, all of it. They don't have any more power. They're just using it. They believe it and they know it. And they're like, yeah, what's the big deal? Why are these people sitting around going, oh, I get this all the time. And it's like you can't even hear yourself talking. It's insanity. It is insanity. Corey said it. This is a crazy planet. It is. We're here to change that. So here's what I want to talk about is change. So one thing that I have, if you guys see free inspiration, that's my free inspiration that comes over every week from me. It's an email. It also gives you details about any of the courses that I have. I have an e-course called Breakthrough Fear. All right, so what is that? Fear is stopping us from doing anything different, because that means I'm going into the unknown. Why is that a threat? Because the ego likes to control things. It wants to know. That's why we go to astrologists. That's why we go to fortune tellers and, psychics and all these, talented and sometimes not so talented people. We want answers. But here's the joke. We're doing it. So whatever you get from that person, I went to an extremely talented one that predicted things that are happening now. Throughout my entire life, predicted unbelievably uncanny things, details that nobody could possibly have made it up. And she told me something, and I shared this with you in another video, is that we are totally in control of our future. So she said, nothing I tell you will come to pass unless you make it happen. You can change anything. And I thought, that was a new concept to me. I was pretty young when she told that, gave me that reading. I thought, wow, okay, that's bizarre, because I was thinking that whatever she told me is how things were. And then that was the first time I realized that I was really in charge of what happened and that I could change that at any point. But I didn't know how extreme that was, because that's before quantum physics, and then we were always separate from everything, you know, and that there was destiny and fate and all those things, and we don't believe in that anymore. Well, there's some people that do, and that's their reality. When somebody left a comment, which I allowed through, and it said, you know, this is woo-woo, and there's like, hope is like just a basically idiotic dream. He didn't say that, but he or she. Hope is just a, like, I don't know, it was like an impossible dream. Yeah, it is for you. It is for you. And I've proven my entire life over and over and over again that you can break all the barriers and the odds. Always. Always. Why? Because I'm doing things that people are petrified to do because they think they might fail, and I don't think there's failure. For me, failure is not trying it. I'm not afraid of change. So therefore, I step into places of unknown, not knowing what that result will be, but knowing when I go in, I expect a positive one. So when it doesn't happen, I'm okay because I knew that I'm either going to learn from it so that I can get better, or that wasn't where I was supposed to be. Or it opened doors. It usually, almost always, actually it always opens doors for something else that is better, where I am supposed to be. Now sometimes if you're shooting for something you think is amazing, you're like, why isn't this happening for me? You're not on that frequency yet. So you got to ask yourself, what is it about that frequency that I wasn't matching? You know, all these people got that job and I didn't. What do I need to do? So instead of blaming, we like to blame and go, oh, you know, but instead of saying, okay, wait a minute, what do I need to do to resonate on that? What do I need to do to date that amazing person? Well, don't be a freaking stalker and go, I want to manifest them in my life. You know, that's a little scary. Really? Think about that. If somebody said that to you, wouldn't you go, okay, stalker, get out of my space, right? We as humans, that's how we work with each other. It's like, that's scary stuff. Somebody imposing their desires on somebody else. We work in such a bizarre environment here of wanting to control everything. So what I want to just share with you is that as we're transitioning more and more, you're going to see changes that are forcing us to just let go of what the norm is that, frankly, nobody likes anyways. But then when you get an opportunity to change, sometimes you'll gravitate toward the old stuff. With my internet training business, my Landria is where I offer training. If you accidentally go into that email list, just know that you just went into the business one. The Landria's Inspiration is the spiritual one where we talk about these issues. Landria.net, and that's landria.com. Landria.net is where we talk about, you know, how you actually get the skills to implement something that's going to help you break away from this norm that we're told we're supposed to do that's killing us. Right? So what about that change? What about that change would be so scary? So I'll give you an example. I am one of these people that I swear to God, I could sleep 12 hours. I always was asleep. My mom used to come into my bedroom and I would be sleeping on the floor. She's like, when it was nap time, I was like, yay! My brother would be, ugh! And I'd go, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then my mom would have to try and get me up. And I was like, no, I want to keep sleeping. I just couldn't get enough sleep. And then, you know, of course, this transformation's been happening. I've been getting DNA downloads, you know, changes. You guys getting that electrical charges? Somebody said that it hasn't happened for a while. A few years ago, we were getting electrical download charges. I call them electrical magnetic field charges because that's what it felt like. Those were DNA shifts because we have DNA that we don't use, junk DNA, there's no such thing. It's there waiting for us to be ready for it. That's putting some major change into us. What's happening? We have abilities now. Our physical bodies are changing. So what's happening is you might feel that, you know, it seems negative, but here's the deal. When your spiritual frequency goes up, sometimes it's a little bit of a mismatch for your physical body that is very dense. So it might cause some things that appear to be bad that aren't. Always consult your doctor. Don't ever take a chance with that, right? Because if you're not controlling your health or whatever, or you're afraid, go see somebody and get some advice. But I'm going to tell you right now, most of you can control all of that. Well, everybody can control it, but you have to be into that frequency, that mindset, that spiritual mindset, to pull that back and understand what it is. So high blood pressure, ringing in the ears is a big one. Or you might have tinnitus. I don't know for sure what you have, but I'm going to tell you some of the symptoms are, just achiness, weird sleep patterns, all right? So I literally sleep for lucky if I sleep 6 hours, 4 hours, a fraction of what I used to, and I'm fine, and I get up at the crack of dawn. I've never done that in my life. I was never a morning person, and now I love it. I get up, it's super early here, and I put in more hours before 9 o'clock than most people do in an entire day. And if I get tired, then I go take a nap. Of course, I own my own businesses, and I work online, so my schedule is completely my own. I have that privilege, but I created that. Oh, Landria created that. The persona of this energy created all of that. I'm not afraid of change. So these things that other people have and they're going into that space of change where all probabilities lie, where you get to access amazing stuff. So if you're afraid of that, you will remain in that lower frequency, right? And then what's going to happen is you're going to really have conflict because you really do want to go into that space because everything is transitioning. You're physically and spiritually, you're feeling it, and you're not doing it. You're not acting on it. So that is your choice. You have free will, so you'll stay in that space. So your DNA will be activated, whatever's ready, but if you don't act on it, opportunity wasted. You always have free will to change everything. So ask yourself, what's going on right now that I feel I must change in order to really go into a happier space that I don't know what it is? All right, so if you notice, I'm here. This is my dining room, and I'm in a completely new place, and I got to tell you, when I moved in here, which was a week ago, this is February 2019, my energy shifted completely. I feel so different here. And the other place I was in was amazing. Now I could have said, oh, I'm in an amazing place, I need to stay there. But I knew that it was going to be a completely different life if I did. Renovating, dealing with all these issues of an older home, having to make decisions. Or I could go into a different space. And this opportunity just popped in. I have no clue. I know nothing about the location I'm in. Zero. I really don't. And I heard about it, but I'm like, okay, went and saw 3 places, and it was like 3 bears, right? The first one was amazing, and I went, okay, I don't know enough to take this place or not. And then so I made the phone call. I was having a cocktail with my girlfriend. I said, I gotta get it because it's gonna go quick because this area is like amazing. And she said, it's already taken. I just saw it like an hour before. It's already taken. Well, that was the universe saying this isn't your place. I went to the second place. I said, okay, it was amazing. An older home, just like I had, beautiful in a historic area. Okay, I'll take it. The guy never got the email. The third place, I walked in and I said, here's a check. Here's my deposit. I'm taking this place. This is my place. I need to live here. And it magically all came together. And then I realized everything that I had asked for was at this place. The space, the energy, where I'm located, my neighbors, my outdoor space. I have 3 big outdoor spaces, plus, 2 lawns. And located in a place that suits my lifestyle, a meditation and yoga center at the end of my block. And a coffee shop, right? And then, a park and all that. And I went, holy cow, I couldn't have ordered this. When you're afraid of change, your ego's going to try and control that. So what you do is you block yourself from the first energy field of which you are. That's that, boom, that's what brought you down in here. Second energy field is the experience of being human, so it's a lower frequency, a lower density. So when we connect to this, we're getting all these answers. But when we go into the third energy field, which is the ego, that's a lower density, which is, it sees the material world as all there is, and total satisfaction comes from it, and controlling everything, and fear of making any change. Everything's a negative. So even the high blood pressure and the, tinnitus and all these things you guys are experiencing, it's negative. Why? Why is it negative? I mean, if you get a prognosis for something that's, that's not so great, even that's not negative. It's like, okay, I guess I had to die of something, right? So I just want you to understand that this whole change thing is just all fear-based. Whenever you say change, people are like, right? Especially if you're just comfortable, but mediocrity is not acceptable anymore. It's not. So I want you to just go in and ask yourself, what change is it you're afraid of that could possibly take you into another space that's amazing? Go take dance lessons, go work out, take yoga, do meditation, get in with other people on higher frequencies, start to work out. Try a new skill, launch an internet business. Where's the fear? We get so many people over, and our internet training includes so much mindset, because we realized, the founders of the business realized, that that's what stops people from being successful. It's not the tools, it's not the training. That's outstanding. It's they tell themselves all these stories, and every time they run into any kind of hurdle, they quit. Because we do that in life. So that's why it's easier to go to a job and blame everybody else. And those guys can go out of business too. You know that. And then you're at the mercy of them. And you're building their company and their business instead of your own. Because you're so afraid that if anything happens over here, you're the one to blame. But that's not true. You're the one to triumph. So we have to switch that thinking into saying, okay, change could never be bad. It could never be bad. You're always learning from it. You're always getting information. You're always pushing your boundaries out into all the probabilities. And change, if you're coming in with good intentions and you're trying to accomplish something that you feel at the time is good. How many times have we changed and look back and go, oh my God, that was such a bad decision. That's where you were at the time, but it helped you to evolve. Don't fear change. It is the catalyst to amazing frequencies, learning, evolution of your soul and the planet. And when we stop going into that space of change, we become stagnant automatons controlled by the old systems that love it, and we become the little workers every day that are not happy. We come home exhausted, not able to spend time with your family or do the things that you love. Somebody said, go ahead and cut back to 3 videos a week. You need to enjoy your life. I thought, oh boy, they don't know me. I enjoy my life. 100%. And I go out on my balcony, my deck, I should say, it's not a balcony. I go out on my deck and I have a couch out there. I get my blanket and I lay back, and the sun is just amazing here, even in February. I got a little bit of a tan the other day. I will lay down and take a nap on this amazing deck whenever I feel like it, right? If I don't get enough sleep, then I just go take a little snooze. It's just beautiful. I get to enjoy my life the way I'm choosing, because I went into that space of change, and it continually got me here and got me here and got me here. And then there's always a higher goal, because that's what life is about, evolving. Really going out there and exploring it. Why are you afraid of that? Blame and everybody this and that, and I don't have a job because of them, and blah, blah. Oh, it's such a load of crap. I don't believe it. Do you? We believe our own crap. We really do. you know darn well if it's true or not. The truth is, you are empowered. You can control anything, including, we'll do a video about the German Shepherd barking. You can't control other people's free will. You can always control how you react to things and what you do with your own life. So we're going to do that in the next video. But can we go into the change with and embrace it? Because when you do that, the message to the universe is expansion, expansion. And we're doing it with the best of intentions in a higher frequency, like you're going, okay, I'm okay with this. I'm going to explore this. I'm going to go be okay with the results. It will send you amazing, amazing things. And opportunities just go boom, 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 like with my home. It's like, here. Oh, she's open. Here's her list. That's not her place. But, so by the way, the first one, a couple of weeks later, she said, the person that was going to get the place, it fell through. Are you interested? I said, I just moved into a new place. So see, it wasn't meant for me. Why? I was open. I wasn't dictating everything. And I was okay when I lost the 2 places. Because the third one, just right, it opened up. And I knew that the universe was constantly leading me. I had no blocks, no barriers. I was okay with everything. There was no disappointment. I'm okay with that because I know I'm always getting exactly what I need. Using the N word positively this year, what I need or desire, what I need sometimes isn't always what we think we do, and then we get into it and we go, wow, this is exactly what I needed in order to evolve or learn or meet new people or do whatever, get introduced to a new job or new relationship. When you doubt that, you're doubting the one. You have no faith. You're thinking that you as the human somehow has the answers. And the truth is, we don't. Not even the Dalai Lama does. Watch him once in a while. He says, I don't know a lot. So does Eckhart Tolle. Amazing people. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you. I'm going to keep shooting because you guys still want your 7 videos a week. So I'm going to give it to you. Blessings to you, my friend. Abundance, health, wealth, and peace. Namaste.